All right, let's try some more problems with solids. So here, once again, we're asked for total surface area and volume. So let's start with total surface area. Now, there's two ways actually we could do this. We could use the rectangular solid formula, or if you notice, the length, the width, and the height are all the same in this rectangular solid, which makes it a particular kind of rectangular solid, which is a cube. And so if you look at your formula sheet, you'll see the total surface area of a cube is 6 times s squared, where s is the length of a side. So in this case, then s is 4.4 inches. And so the total surface area here is going to be 6 times 4.4 squared. Don't forget the squared, which gives us 116.16. We were told to round to the nearest tenth, so 116.2. And then what are our units here? Units, it's an area, so our units are squared. So this is in inches squared. All right, and let's try volume. So if we look at the volume of a cube, you'll see volume is s cubed. So S is 4.4. So we're looking for 4.4 cubed. So on your calculator, you could all either do 4.4 times 4.4 times 4.4, or you'll have to do 4.4 to the exponent of 3. So on my calculator, I do that by 4.4, and then I have, so I'll just show calculator. So I do 4.4, and then I have a button that looks like this, which kind of means to the power of. So I would do to the power of 3. But on your calculator, you might have a button that looks like this instead. So if I do that to the power of 3, I get 85.184. So to the nearest tenth, then that would be 85.2. And what about units here? Units here are going to be in inches squared. Sorry, inches cubed, because we're dealing with volume. Okay, let's try another one. This time we've been given a cylinder. And so let's start with total surface area. And let's just get the formulas set up, and then I'll get you to try it on your own. So let's look at the formula. Total surface area for a cylinder, I see, is 2 times pi times r squared plus 2 times pi times r times h. Okay, so you can input your values for r and h. And then when you go to do volume, it is pi times r squared times h. So pause this video, plug in your r and h values, and see if you can calculate these. Okay, so hopefully you had a chance to calculate these. Let's try together. So we've got 2 times pi times r, which is 5 squared, plus 2 times pi times r, which is 5, times height, which is 3. Okay, so that first number, so 2 pi, I'm going to use the pi button on my calculator. So if you get a slightly different answer using 3.14, that's okay. You can use either. Times 5 squared, so I get 157.08 if I round to the nearest hundredth for that first number. And for the second, and I'm just rounding to the nearest hundredth so that it can be accurate when we round at the final answer, when we round our final answer to the nearest tenth. So always go kind of one place value further than you need to in your intermediate calculations. Okay, so second number there, we've got 2 times pi times 5 times 3. And that gives us 94.25. And so if we add those together, what do we get? That gives us 251.33. So rounded to the nearest tenth, we have 251.3, and this is in centimeters squared. Okay, and now volume, I'm going to have pi times r, which is 5 squared, times h, which is 3. So on these on your calculator, I do pi times, and then 5 squared button, times 3. And so that gives me 235.6. Well, if I round to the nearest tenth, it would be 0.6, and that is in centimeters cubed. So these last two, we've got a cylinder and then we have a sphere. So go ahead and try these two on your own. And I'll just write the answers here again, and then you can, if you aren't able to get those answers or you'd like to watch them being solved, you can come back to the next video to find out how to do those. But for this next one, you should get a total surface area of 659.7 feet squared. And your volume here, I'll write down as well, 1,231.5. And that's going to be feet cubed. And for the sphere, you have formulas for spheres in your formula sheet as well. Your total surface area should be 128.7 feet squared. Please remember your units. You don't want to go to all this work and then lose a half mark because you forgot your units. Volume is going to be 137.3 feet cubed. So like I said, go ahead, try these on your own. And then if you need some help solving them, check out the next video.